How's it going, guys? It's your host, the Best Assassin here, bringing you another story time video because there are funny stories out there that I want to tell, and I decided to share another one with you guys because I thought it'd be funny and I thought it'd be interesting. So just to premise this story, me being a college student and everything, what I enjoy doing is just sitting down between classes and watching people do what they do in the cafeteria between classes, just because why not, right? Well, this is around the time Star Wars came out, not the old ones, but like the rather new one, episode 7. Don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, but that episode just came out and everybody was freaking out about it. They were like, oh my god, Rey, so hot, who is she? And then they were like, oh, Finn, black stormtrooper, oh my god. Okay, that got kind of racist really quickly, but anyway, this is around the time the Star Wars came out, and everybody was freaking out about the little android robot thing known as BB-8. BB-8 was something that everybody was freaking out about, and they even made a bunch of toys for him, but the one thing that I never really understood was why they made a remote control car of him. Now, if you're into remote control cars and everything, I'm not saying it's lame, but it just struck me as odd. Well, what makes this story really funny is that I actually got to witness one of these BB-8s in action, and I was like, aw, yeah, I get to see a little BB-8 toy go on, do its thing. So, sitting in the cafeteria of my college, I sat down and I watched this one kid who pulled it out from his backpack. He was on his computer, but then he pulled it out from his backpack, and I was like, oh, that's actually rather neat. Oh, I get to see how it works, and I was actually rather excited to see how it works. So, I watched him unbox it, I watched him open it, I was like, that is awesome. So, I was sitting there, thought, oh, cool, I finally get to see how a BB-8 works. Let's see what goes on, and see what happens, and what things like that. Well, he opened it, he downloaded the app on his phone, right on the spot, so that way to control it, and then he started making it roll around on the table, and I was like, oh, that's actually really neat. The thing actually stands up on its own like in the movie. And I didn't think much of it. I was just like, huh. Okay, that's cool. I could see why people would want this. It's really entertaining, really joyful. So, to make the story even better, I watched him play with it for about 5 minutes. He seemed pleased with his $30 purchase, which I would be pleased too if I was into the remote control cars and everything. But after around 6 minutes, so like literally a minute after he did what he was doing with it, I watched him, I don't know what was going through his mind, but I watched him roll it off the table. Now note that these are like a decent sized table for like the size of the BB-8 toy, so I was like, this is really weird, dude. Are you really sure you're okay with rolling it off the table? That's what was running through my mind. But he rolled it off the table, and I watched it just fall and break in two. Like the head popped off, and the body rolled somewhere else, and the amount of shock in his face made me burst out in laughter. And he sat there, like, the look of defeat. He's just like, I spent money on this, no, why? And I sat there, I was laughing at him. I'm rather messed up, but for laughing at his misfortune. But it was funny. I had no idea what was running through his mind when it broke. He made eye contact with me as he saw me laughing, and I was just like trying my best to like cover my face, make it look like I wasn't laughing at him. But it was pretty obvious I was laughing at him. So he picked it up, and what made it even better, what made it even funnier was I watched him for like 3 more minutes try to put it back together, and he couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, you poor soul. You spent decent money on that. Well, anyway, guys, that is the BB-8 incident story. If you guys did enjoy the little story time, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below. And I would actually like to know if any of you guys have seen anything similar to that, where you've just watched someone break something. So anyway, guys, I am your host, the Best Assassin, signing off. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
Oh, she's nuking everyone. Oh,
no, I'm too young!
I don't know how, I guess I killed her whenever she jumped out of her thing.